Hello, you sexy knights, lords, and squires, and welcome to a special edition episode of Canadian Nerd Talks. As today we'll be talking about Season 5, Episode 1 of Game of Thrones. I'm Anton, your host for this mini episode, and I was fortunate to see the Season 5, Episode 1 premiere a little earlier. To the right of me is Chris.
Hi, I've never seen Game of Thrones. It's actually the first episode I've ever seen. So I'm fresh when it comes to this.
To the left is the lovely Maddie.
Hey, I also got to see a sneak peek of the premiere at the TIFF Light Box last Monday, so excited to talk about it.
And to the left of her is Sam.
Hi, my name's Sam. I didn't get to see the premiere, and I have seen Game of Thrones, but I haven't watched Game of Thrones since second season. So I want all the spoilers. I'm going to feel like a sponge so I can catch up. So we're here today.
Okay, now that you've been introduced to the crew, let's get down to business. One of the Unsullied comes into a whorehouse, and you're like, what's he doing there? Then he lies down, she starts singing to him and stroking his head. He's like a sensitive Unsullied, you know. And as soon as he gets comfortable, you just see his throat just get gruesomely slashed and all his blood starts squirting out.
And it's a little tricky because he almost looks like Grey Worm for a while, and then you figure out it's not him. So
yeah,
some side character that
we're
you've never met.
We're calling him No Worm.
No Worm. It's No Worm.
And so with that scene being established, we ended up seeing that there's a group of assassins in that city that are opposing Daenerys' rule, which is going to be an interesting thing to see throughout Season 5.
They've got these great like gold masquerade masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They left it as a calling card. I thought that was pretty interesting. So you see like what Dinklage is seeing in this box. Then you see the box open, he stumbles out, throws up, grabs a bottle of wine, starts drinking again.
And makes a poop joke.
Does make a poop joke.
Yeah.
How he had to push his poop through the hole that he was looking through.
And then Varys responded by saying he's the one who had to pick his poop up on the other side of the hole and throw it overboard, so he shouldn't be complaining. Regardless, I think we all love Dinklage.
Dinklage,
yeah. I can't wait to see more of that. We saw a lot of people. We saw a little bit of Brienne. We saw a little bit of Sansa and Littlefinger. We saw a little bit of Daenerys as well when she went to go see her dragons.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
I was excited for that. I feel bad for those dragons being hidden underground, and I think everybody's been expecting some sort of backlash on that front.
Yeah, well, you see it in the episode where she comes down.
But that wasn't even it. You just got a warning cry.
Yeah.
Like,
no, didn't they snap at her?
Yeah.
She backed up. She's like, whoa, and she like for once you actually see her scared of her own dragons, and she just leaves. She's like, that was a bad idea.
Yep.
Supposedly she's like a key figure in this whole thing.
Yes.
The way the universe works, there's these guys coming and they're sort of like accustomed to the cold.
The
White Walkers.
That's
they're
what
like
right?
frozen zombies, kind of. Witches, kind of too.
Queen. Sorry. So
The only way you can kill them is by burning them.
okay.
And so she's got the fire power.
So it's kind of this whole the controversy of ice and fire.
Fire, yeah.
That's why I think everybody calls it Game of Thrones, but the entire book series is actually called A Song of Ice and Fire. Game of Thrones is just the first book.
No, one scene I have to say that stood out the best for me, and you guys could probably agree, is that you have Jon Snow in that whole base, and they have captured the leader of the wildlings. So what happens is they end up grabbing him, and they're saying to him that if you bow before me.
Well, Stannis wants him to bow before him.
Yeah, Stannis wants him to bow before him. If he does and brings in the wildlings into their army, he will let him live. But if he doesn't, they will kill him and then absorb the army anyway. So they end up capturing him, and then eventually they decide that because he doesn't want to bow down, they just burn him. And Jon Snow being, a badass and kind of foreshadowing that he's going to be the one to reunite the two.
It was acknowledged in the scene that burning at the stake is probably one of the worst ways to die because he didn't want to be seen screaming upon his death.
Exactly. So he shoots an arrow through Mance Rayder's chest while he's burning, and there's this look where it hits him. He looks up at Jon Snow, and there's this understanding where he's almost trying to look at him and say thank you for making it so I don't scream. And the wildling, it almost kind of foreshadows that the wildlings even see this. So it might even be... It's
a sign of respect in a sense.
So it might even be like what I think is going to be complete foreshadowing towards what's to come for this season, where he's going to be the one potentially
leading the wildlings into battle for Stannis because Stannis has no control over them.
Exactly.
I'm waiting for Arya. I was dying that Arya was not in the first episode. I cannot wait to see what's going on with her. She gave her little coin away, Valar Morghulis. Oh, that's gonna be epic. And the Martells.
The Martells are showing up. Yeah,
I've got a bunch of friends who have read the books like way before all the shows came out. Martells are hands down their favorite family, so I'm really eager to see how that plays out because I trust their opinions greatly. And Martells, yeah.
Overall impressions of this first episode? Are we pumped? What do we expect? Like,
they know how to make you want more.
Yeah.
Like, it was an extended episode length, and I thought I was there for 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, I would have to say that even though we got to see it early, it was kind of like a double-edged sword where we had to wait even longer to watch the second episode, and like we just want more, and we're just stuck with this little taste. They're kind of teasing us with like here's a few like
because you get a tiny tease of every little story, and there's so many stories going on now that you can't get like a full kind of
the full portion that you want. Nice Game of Thrones.
You get bite-sized versions of every story.
Well, that wraps up our Game of Thrones mini episode here at the Canadian Nerd Talks. If you like it, subscribe, comment, tweet it, share it, Facebook it, Instagram it. Can you Instagram it?
You can Instagram shots of it.
You can.
Yeah, man. 15-second clips, man.
You know, Vine it.
Yeah, man.
Write it on a piece of paper and throw it out the window.
I
don't know. Just get it out there.
Snapchat it.
Snapchat. Okay. Well, I'm Anton.
Chris, Black Dragons.
Maddie.
Sam, Blacker Dragons.
Goodbye from the Canadian Nerd. Hope you enjoy season 5 as much as we do. Au revoir.
Au revoir, mes amis. Notre revoir.
French.